bring some continued understanding on sound. We talked last week, we titled last week's lesson as Sound Check, and we'll do the same thing this week. It'll just be Sound Check continued, if you will. We will continue in that vein. So we were just giving some points on last week, dealing with a sound mind, and how it's important for us as the people of God to have that sound mind. So the word says in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Yes. So we were talking about sound mind last week. That Greek word, sophronismos, meaning self-control. That's what a sound mind means. A sound mind means to have self-control. We broke down some of the definitions, the English definition of the word sound. Sound is that which is free from defect, that which is free from damage or decay. Sound are those things which are healthy, are safe and stable, and these things are also sensible. We said also last week that the word sound was defined as being thorough, being deep and undisturbed. This is what soundness is. And so when we were talking about that sophronismos, that self-control, having the sound mind, we gave a couple of points. It talks about, just how sound mind is transferable. We talked about how, Paul received his sound mind from Christ. Timothy received his sound mind from Paul, that there was just a continued flow, and that the only way one can have a transfer of a sound mind is that one would be willing to endure afflictions with the one they're receiving the sound mind from. We talked a little bit last week about the thlipsis in the Greek being the Greek word for affliction, which meant pressure. To press, to compress, to squeeze. These things connect with affliction. And so, as we were kind of just dealing with that and concluding, I want to pick up at this point and really dig a little deeper on this sound mind before I get off of it. We were saying, one of the last points we made, that a sound mind creates confidence. Sound mind creates confidence in my life. It helps me better identify that things happen according to God's will and purpose and not my own works. A sound mind gives confidence. It helps us to better identify or understand that things happen in our lives according to God's will and purpose, not our works. Things happen in our lives according to God's will and purpose, not according to our works. That is that's the understanding of having a sound mind. Self-control. So this means when I understand that whatever's taking place in my life took place in my life not because I chose this, but it took place in my life because God purposed it. It helps me now to have self-control. Well, how is that, Pastor? Because when I understand it was the working of God and not the working of Hinton, then I'm capable of dealing with the slow progress on the building.
Wow.
Because I understand that the work is not according to me. And so this is where Minister Lipscomb, and then I hope you're hearing this even as a minister of the gospel and as a leader. This is where you have to be able to balance understanding God's will and the voice of people. Okay, because people, will give you all kind of, this is what you should do. They'll give you all kind of, if I were you, I would handle it this way. Yeah, but see, those people don't understand. They don't have anything to do with me.
That's right.
But this is a God move.
Yes, sir.
And because my mind is sound.
Yes.
Even though the progress frustrates me, I still got to, at the end of the day, say, God, but this is your doing.
Yeah.
So when I understand it's His working,
You allowed
it helps me. Yeah, you either allowed it or you want it to happen.
Wow,
like
how
this.
about that?
Maybe it's something you're blocking us from.
Yes. That's awesome.
That we don't quite
That's
see.
next level. Yes, sir.
But that's a sound mind.
Yeah.
Because I can get me out of the way enough that even when frustration tries to say react, I got to say, nope, that's not what a sound mind would do. So sound mind creates confidence. Help me better understand or identify that things happen according to God's will and purpose, not my works. So catch this. This means even when seemingly, Sister Jeannie, bad things happen in my life, I've got to understand that if God allowed it, it must be his purpose.
Wow.
Even though it's inconvenient, even though it's frustrating, even though I don't like it,
It hurts.
even though it hurts, if he allowed it, it's got to be his purpose.
Wow.
And I think the scripture's still in the Bible. I mean, I don't know. I haven't read it lately, but I think Romans 8:28 still says that we know that all things work together for good to them that love God and to them who are called according to his purpose. So, Kanye, if we understand that everything in my life happens for my good, that every no in my life happened for my good.
That's amazing.
That every mistake in my life happened for my good. That every hardship in my life happened for my good. When I get that understanding, then my mind is sound.
Yes, sir.
I don't find myself vacillating and all over the board because I don't understand what's going on. A sound mind not only creates confidence, help me better understand that things happen according to God's will and purpose, not my work. It also causes me to control myself. That was the last point I made last week. Self-control simply causes me to control me. And what I was saying in that brush here is, that's what I got to do. Self-control means control me. That's what I'm going with. Yeah, control me, not Sister Coop. That's not self-control there. That's just control. So a sound mind helps me not to look at what others are or aren't doing, but to remain focused on what I can control about me. So if nobody serves, I'ma still serve.
Yes, sir.
Because I can control me.
That's right.
If nobody ever lifts a box, I'll lift the box because I can control me.
Yes, sir.
And me lifting the box and complaining about you not lifting the box is still a measure of control.
Yeah.
That's right.
Teach
Next
it like
level.
that.
Next level.
Comparing what you do with what somebody else is not doing is a form of control. You got to learn how to control you.
Yeah.
Well, Pastor, how does that look? Do what you know to do is right and be quiet about everything else.
Teaching.
Hello, lights. Because we major in that. We major in what others are or aren't doing. We major in that. Well, nobody, let me deal with Kiana. So when Kiana was growing up in particular, oh God, I used to want to choke slam her because Minister Lipscomb, that was always her thing. Well, everybody else can do it. Everybody else don't live with me. So when they all over the place, they can do that. But what goes on in here, I control.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I cannot, if everybody, and this was really the thing right here. Oh, but they saved too. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're not going.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm really good at getting in trouble, but I don't care. I'm out here already.
Yeah.
So now this is, everybody say, this is Pastor Hinton.
This is
Pastor Hinton.
Okay, good. So I ain't saying you got to do this in your house or you don't do it. I'm not creating you do whatever you do. But Pastor Hinton, now again, everybody say, this is Pastor Hinton.
This is Pastor Hinton.
Okay, all right. So for the Holy Ghost, this is Pastor Hinton.
This is Pastor
All
Hinton.
right. So now Minister Lipscomb, I have I had and still do have an issue. Okay, this is Pastor Hinton.
Yes, sir.
I got an issue with Christians going to the prom. All right, so Pastor Hinton's issue is I already know this is specifically in 2017 and beyond. This is simply a dignified club moment. Let me just teach for real tonight. Okay, this is really I got the guys of dressing up with the understanding of turning up. Y'all catch that next week. Now, not everybody is going to the prom to do the turn up. I get that. I get that. There are 1.5% of them that are really going just to have on a nice gown, a nice dress, and enjoy whatever they're going to enjoy. Yeah, take pictures. Amen. But they take pictures all the time. So anyway, but I'm with you. So it's 1.5%. that really want to do it. Minister Lipscomb might have been in the 1.5% that really want to do it. Okay, but then there are 98.5.
Oh.
Well, we did go to a
I'm with you.
prom,
I'm
but
with
we didn't do nothing else.
I'm with you, preacher. Again, what did I say 3 times before I said it?
This is the Pastor Hinton.
This is me. All right, so what I can control. All right, so now, you got all kind of others that's like, well, what's wrong with it? Let these kids go, let them enjoy themselves. And I get it. Enjoy yourself, hallelujah. But I know what the 98% are about. Ain't nobody trying to talk to me today.
Go ahead.
So I had issue
Yes, sir.
with that. Okay? Now, you get all kind of, others that want to tell you, oh, it's not bad. You should let the kids experience it. You should, okay, well, you let your kids experience it.
Mm-hmm.
You get them the nicest tux you can afford, get them the nicest dress you can afford, let them drive the nicest car you can find. You let your children enjoy that. But just don't try to convince me to let mine enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I already know what I'm keeping them from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This Pastor Hinton. Okay, so having a sound mind, Sister Jeannie, gives me the ability to stake my claim and stay there.
Yeah.
Because I don't care who or what tells me it's acceptable. Do it at your house. Because a sound mind says, whatever I'm rooted in is where I'm staying.
Right.
Okay, just trying to give you a practical point here. It ain't even prom season. Y'all ain't got to feel crazy. It ain't even that time of year. And when the prom come around, you got kids in school. If that's your thing, you want to say, go. God, let God bless them. I'm going to pray for everybody. Y'all do what you do. Just don't try to, do it and then convince me that it's right. Because I'm not God. I can't say whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying what my mind says.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. Probably lost my audience before I gained it tonight. Amen. Okay, so thank you. Sister Cook's there with me too, so that's what I'm excited about. So a sound mind helps you to worry about controlling, Sister Greer, what you can control. You can't control other people. A sound mind understands that. So I don't get flustered when people don't change when I want them to change. Or I don't get flustered when people don't do what I think they should be doing. I control me.
Yes, sir. Right.
I can't worry about whether you still want to act a fool. All right, do that. I'm going to be doing me. But that's a sound mind, Sister Coop, that says, I'm not worried about what nobody else in my circle is doing. I'm doing what I got to do for me and mine. That's a sound mind. That's centered, Con. I mean, you don't shift off of that. You don't surf around that. You're sound. Okay, so a sound mind, it helps me to control myself, control what I can control. Now, the interesting thing about having this sound mind that God has given to us. Now, God has given us a sound mind, but as I was thinking tonight, and I was putting this thing, just trying to dig a little deeper into just how the sound mind looks, and we're talking about sound mind being that which is confidence. God took me to this scripture. So turn here to Hebrews chapter 10. I'm going to show you something tonight. I probably shouldn't have messed with that prom thing, but I'm going to show you something out of Hebrews 10, because I lost more than what I gained by saying that. Amen. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 35 and 36. Hebrews 10, 35 and 36. Now, we're dealing, just continuing where we were last week, we're going to talk about sound check. We're dealing with that again tonight. Now, we just made the point that the sound mind creates confidence. Now, this is how, or what the writer of Hebrews says relative to confidence. Hebrews 10, 35 and 36. He says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. Now, we told you that having a sound mind, that stable, unchanging, secure mind, is synonymous with confidence. The writer says, with confidence, we're not supposed to cast it away. All right? We're not supposed to throw confidence away. So, if confidence is the same as a sound mind, the scripture can really say, cast not away therefore your sound mind. Don't throw your soundness away because of what other environments and other people, Sister Thompson, may be doing. One of the craziest thing, and this is an old statement, that people worry about trying to keep up with the Joneses. That when your neighbor got a new car, all of a sudden you got the itch for a new car. Your neighbor just got, new lights on their house. You now got an itch for new lights on your house. But because it's a sign, Brother Evans, that there's a lack of stability or soundness in our minds. Because when your mind is sound, you don't shift based on what you see others do.
Right.
That's the biggest problem I got with the millennial generation. They so shifty. Whatever is the thing now, that's thank you, Con. They so trendy. Whatever the thing is now, let me dabble in that. And what has happened is, Minister Lipscomb, the millennial mindset has crept into Generation X, has crept into Generation Y, has crept into the baby boomers.
Wow.
Pastor, what you mean? I ain't seen as many 70-year-old people on Facebook ever. Because it's trendy.
Yeah.
It's the thing to do. So because this is where everybody is now going, catch this, I'll start attempting to operate in a medium that I don't even understand just to say I'm part of the trend. Because whenever somebody got to ask you how to operate something, that means they shouldn't be on it. If you got to ask me, well, what is a wall? What?
It's played.
Why are you on it then? If you don't know how to effectively use it, why are you on it? I'm going to tell you why. Because you're trying to be trendy. Your mind ain't sound yet. Help me today, Jesus. Because the sound mind says, even though there is a school of thought that says I should be progressive, I should advance with the times, yes, you should, but you advance with understanding. Okay, so I'll talk about me. So your pastor specifically, probably, 10 years ago, I was like staunchly against social media. It just wasn't going to jump off in my life at all. And honestly, I probably still wouldn't be on it if it wasn't for the opportunity to really do ministry as it relates to this social media piece. So when I first got on it, I wasn't just going to jump on it because that was the thing to do, but I asked those that were telling me all the advantages, well, school me on it before I start. Catch what I'm trying to say. Teach me about it before I just jump into doing it. Because if I just jump into doing something without understanding, I'm setting myself up for either a failure or an embarrassment.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. I said I won't do this tonight, but I guess I can't tell the Lord what to say. Okay. That's the problem, and this is why marriages fail. Because people jump into the trendy environment of getting married without the understanding that, oh God. One of the men of God said something to me the other day, and I ain't gonna use no names, but he said something that was so on point. He said, a lot of times what men see, Rochelle, is they see the pretty face, but forget they bringing home another person.
That's right.
They attracted to the beauty. My God, you caught my eye. Whew, and all I can see is the beauty. I'm dazed and confused. I'm all over the place because all I saw was the beauty, but I didn't realize I had to integrate myself with a person. I'm not just getting this beautiful. She's not a poster. Help me today, Jesus. But she actually has words. She actually has emotions. She actually has thoughts.
Teaching. Good teaching.
She's got tendencies. But all I saw was the face. And then if I'm in my flesh, I saw the body. Y'all will catch that one next week.
Yeah.
And I was just confused.
Mesmerized.
I was mesmerized. I was taken aback.
Go ahead, Pastor.
I was open. My God, I didn't know what was going on. I'm in a daze. My head is swimming. My nose is wide open because I was caught by beauty. But then, after I do, I found out, oh God, you talk.
You're real.
You breathe.
God.
You got issues.
Yeah.
What happened to the beauty? What happened to the nice glasses and the nice hair with the bun? What happened to the nice Nike hat and the earrings? My God, that's all I saw. I didn't know you were actually a person. And that's why I fail at things. Because I jump into it because it's trendy. I jump into it because it's the thing to do. I'm tired of being the bridesmaid. I want to be the bridesmaid. Okay, so sound mind. Lord, I ain't got all over there. Okay, so sound mind creates confidence. Now, he said, don't cast away, don't throw away your sound mind. He said, don't throw it away. He says, but the way you're gonna get this sound mind, you get confidence, the only way you get it is through developing patience. Now, understand that the writer here is saying, Hebrews 10, 35-30, he said, cast not away your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. So when you hold on to your sound mind, there is a reward that comes with it, but you still have need of patience. You still got to learn some endurance. The only way you can maintain, my Matthews, your soundness and your sound mind is that you have gone through a measure of endurance connected to your mind. Okay, that means your soundness has to be tried before you know you got it. Yeah, you have to have the stability of you trying
Yeah, the endurance.
in order for you to be proven stable. I use the chairs a lot as an example. These chairs, when they were first constructed, had to go through a test. So that they could determine, catch this, the maximum weight it could hold without breaking. But had it not gone through the test,
Yes.
it would have tried to potentially hold more than it could handle because it hadn't been proven at its max. Okay, so when they do weight testing, what they do is, well, it depends on the type of chair you're getting and all this type of tests that they're doing. They got to test the foam, they got to test the steel, they got to test the legs, there's so much stuff they got to test. And what they do is they test, oh, this is good. They test all of those things individually before they put it together.
Yes, sir.
To determine what the entire unit can hold. Okay, so the legs might be able to hold 200 pounds. The foam might be able to hold 50 pounds. The back might be able to hold 100 pounds. But together, it can hold 400 pounds. Okay, which means that the only way it's going to be able to operate at its max
Yeah.
is when it's together
When it's sound.
and working together. Okay, now catch this. That means if an area in my life is being challenged for soundness, okay, the only way I know that area can max out is if all of me buys into that I'm not going anywhere.
All of me.
Jesus. So let me go back to the marriage. Okay. So I come into the marriage, and my loins. I'll say that. We'll just say that. My loins said, I can max out. I can handle this because I understand the benefit. Oh God, I need to marry it again. Okay, I understand the benefit of that portion of me holding out or maxing out. But if my heart is not connected to my loins,
Teaching.
when my heart is trying to tap out, I don't have enough now to keep me in because all of me didn't buy in to carrying the weight.
Well, that's awesome.
So the chair you're sitting in is no good if the legs say I can handle mine, but the cushion say I'm tapped out.
Wow.
So it's got to be tried, Mr. Black. I get patience. I get patience by enduring tribulation. All right. Again, this is why Pastor says. I know Sister Grace stepped out, but this is why Pastor says all the time. You never need to pray for patience. Okay. You never need to pray for patience because the only way you get patience is through tribulation. So you don't ever have to pray for patience. All you got to do is let patience. Okay. You never Sister Coot, have to pray. Lord, I need more patience. Mm-mm. All you got to do is let patience show up. What does that mean, Pastor? There will be a trial every day.
Oh, my God. Teaching.
I ain't saying every other day, every other week, every other month. No, literally, Brother Quan, every day.
Teach us.
There will be a trial that is designed to produce patience in you. The problem is a lot of times we overlook the trial because we think we already know the answer.
Wow.
What does that mean, Pastor? Well, okay, I said it when I was preaching on Sunday. God has assigned an enemy to your life. Okay, so that enemy has an assignment to perfect patience in you. But when I go into the day saying, she's just doing what she does, I don't understand that there's some patience I'm supposed to be learning in the interaction that's coming my way.
Teaching.
Okay, there's something I'm supposed to be getting out of her attitude today. That it wasn't just that she woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Nope. She actually woke up to fulfill what patience was supposed to work in me for the day.
Wow. That's good.
But I gotta let that. I gotta allow that. How do I allow it, Mondrew? I don't run from it. Right. But I embrace it. I said, oh, I get this now. Okay. It was your job to get on my nerves today. I understand. And God, thank you for allowing me to let patience get on my nerves.
Teaching.
Yeah, thank you for me not going off on the deep end. You know, because what will happen is if you avoid what the enemy was trying to throw at you, it's got to come when you get home now. Thank you, Deacon Ballback. So if I ducked and dodged the enemy all day, something dumb is going to happen when you get home.
That's true.
The kids gonna need something for a project that they knew they had 3 weeks ago, but they just now say something the night before it's due. At 9, when they're supposed to be in the bed already. Your wife is gonna have something occur at the midnight hour to just throw you all the way off because you tried to duck what patience was trying to teach you all day long. So until we learn how to embrace it, well, Pastor, how does embrace it mean? Don't run from it. When you see the nagger coming, don't get up and go get no water. Stay at your desk. When you see it, you already know. You see the nag on her. I already see it coming from a distance. Don't try to act like you're typing an email at that point. Just sit right there.
Sit up.
Embrace it. Endure it. Let them nag. Let them get there. And then as soon as she finished, you just say, Lord, I thank you. I checked off patience for the day.
My God from Zion.
But we still trying to avoid it. Then we come home and can't have no rest because you've been ducking your challenge all day. So the challenge got to come visit you at some point so that patience can be perfected in your life.
Wow.
So even if you don't endure that patience all day, that can cause you rest as well?
You're going to lose a lot of rest. Because what God was intending to teach you, you still got to learn. Thank you for bringing it out. Because now what will happen is what you ducked all day, you can deduct from your sleep.
Oh, yes, sir. That's good.
Well, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Because you were ducking and running and moving. So now all of that running